Who doesn't know Mike Tyson and his impeccable boxing skills? Well, in honor of his expertise, extreme strength, and undefeated status, let's take a look at Mike Tyson's most vicious knockouts. Marvis Frazier. Mike Tyson has been known to dominate the boxing arena for a very long time, with very little losses in his entire career. He has undoubtedly earned the title of being a champion, and doesn't let his opponents leave the ring without facing his wrath. Throughout his career, Mike Tyson has competed against some pretty powerful players who are experts themselves and has given them a hard time. However, Mike Tyson has also played against some people who did not really stand a chance against him. Despite their amateur status, it seems like Mike Tyson was in no mood to give these amateur players an easy fight or let them go down so easily. If there's one thing we know about Mike Tyson, is that when he enters the ring, he's not going to sympathize with his opponent. Tyson, through his impeccable strength and speed, manages to dominate his opponent, and this is exactly what happened in his first match against Marvis Frazier. Marvis Frazier's father was a boxer who was an expert at the game, and while his father excelled at it, Marvis Frazier was never the best at boxing. Therefore, when it was announced that Mike Tyson would play against Marvis Frazier, everyone had a hunch about how the match would turn out and who would emerge victorious. Everyone knew Marvis Frazier did not stand a chance against Mike Tyson, and this is exactly what happened in the match. Tyson landed a series of punches on Marvis, knocking him to the canvas with an uppercut. Frazier landed on the canvas, losing his balance, and little to no strength left to get up. The match did not even last for a total of 2 minutes, and Tyson was able to guard his undefeated status.
Uppercut, and Marvis is hurt!
Frazier is down. Joe Cortez moves in.
Michael Spinks. When it comes to Mike Tyson, there's no argument about how vicious and intense a fight can get when Mike Tyson is in the ring, and this is exactly what some of the fights we're going to talk about consisted of. From being undefeated for a very long time to having a very successful career as a boxer from the very beginning, Mike Tyson has dominated the boxing arena for quite some time and became a force to be reckoned with. Mike Tyson, owing to his spectacular victories and memorable wins, became known as Iron Mike, and we can't help but agree with this name, since it does complete justice to how well he played and how many players he defeated with his strength. Talking about some of the most vicious knockouts of his life, the first one that comes to mind is the iconic fight between Mike Tyson and Michael Spinks. They were both undefeated champions, and this match was considered to be a deciding moment in both of their careers. The match was held in 1988, and was one of the most important matches in the history of boxing. With tickets selling at over $1,500, the stadium was filled with the audience rooting for their favorite player and betting against the competition. A lot of celebrities also showed up, and the game started with Mike Tyson throwing uppercuts within the first round. Mike Tyson then punches him straight in his face, leaving Michael Spinks on the ground. Within 91 seconds into round 1, the match ended, and Mike Tyson won, giving Michael Spinks a defeat that he will always remember.
Here comes Mike Spinks in. He leaves to the right hand. Down he goes. I don't think you get up from this.
Before we get into more details about Mike Tyson's most vicious knockouts, if you're liking our content so far, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification button so you can get notified every time we post a new video, so you can stay updated about what some of your favorite celebrities are up to and what's going on in their careers. Alex Stewart. Mike Tyson has played against some of the biggest players in the history of MMA, and one of these players included Alex Stewart. Mike Tyson, before competing against Stewart, had suffered a defeat which had stripped him from his title of being the undefeated champion. Naturally, Mike Tyson was bummed about losing his status of being undefeated, and was more determined than ever to prove his worth and win the match, no matter what it took. In the match against Alex Stewart, Mike Tyson gave Alex a very tough time, and eventually ended up winning the match, once again giving himself a head start in an attempt to resume his streak of winning. Within 10 seconds of the match, Mike Tyson knocked Stewart down. However, Alex Stewart was in no mood to give up, and got up, only to be knocked down again within a minute. Within the next 2.5 minutes, Mike Tyson knocked down Alex Stewart yet again, finally winning the match and regaining his title of being the champion.
You get hurt, I refuse to be hurt, knocked down, and knocked out. I can't lose, I refuse to lose.
Larry Holmes. Mike Tyson competed against Larry Holmes in a match that was held on January 22, 1988. The match was held in the United States, and Tyson was defending his undefeated status of winning 33 matches. Mike Tyson always had a taste for vengeance when it comes to Larry Holmes. If you've been a fan of Mike Tyson, you might be aware of the fact that Tyson's idol was Muhammad Ali. Tyson once watched a match where Ali was defeated by Larry Holmes, and on his way home from the fight, Tyson promised Ali that he would fight Larry Holmes when he grew up, and would defeat him to get back at him for defeating Ali. Mike Tyson was undefeated at this point, and Holmes was entering retirement, but the temptation of snatching away Tyson's undefeated status convinced Holmes to play the match. The match was bound to be an interesting one, with both players having an excessive amount of skill and strength. However, there was bound to be one winner. Once the match started, the two kept throwing punches at each other, but by the fourth round, it was becoming clear that Mike Tyson would end up winning. Mike used his extensive speed to gain an upper hand in the match, and kept throwing punches after punches at Larry Holmes, to throw him off his balance and knock him to the ground. Tyson ended up dropping Larry Holmes twice to the ground, finally getting the revenge that he had promised his idol. Larry Holmes got out of this match with the first defeat of his career, and was pretty badly knocked out by someone who was so much younger than him. Well, we bet this fight must have been humiliating for Larry Holmes, and a moment to gloat for Mike Tyson.
And the left hand, he's gonna hang on, or they'll stop the fight. Down he goes. Now he's hurt. It's all over.
Pinklon Thomas. In a match against Pinklon Thomas, Mike Tyson delivered some of his most hard-hitting punches, knocking down Thomas and bagging a victory in his own favor. The iconic and vicious fight between Tyson and Thomas was held on May 30th in 1987. The match was held in Las Vegas and lasted a total of 2 minutes, within which Mike Tyson defeated Thomas, delivering punch after punch, not giving Pinklon a chance. This match was definitely one to remember, owing to its extremely brutal nature and the fact that Mike Tyson was able to defend his WBC and WBA heavyweight titles through this victory. The match concluded with Mike Tyson giving Pinklon Thomas multiple uppercuts, finally knocking him down with his power shots.
Pinklon Thomas is all through. You'll see him crumble down to the canvas, a punishing left hook, and that's it.
Trevor Berbick. Mike Tyson's match against Trevor Berbick was an important one in his career, since it was his victory in this match that enabled Mike Tyson to get the title of the youngest heavyweight champion in the world. As iconic as the match was, owing to the amount of importance it held in Mike Tyson's career, the delivery of punches in the match was also extraordinary. Mike Tyson seemed like he had entered the ring with his mind set on victory, and with a willingness to destroy whatever stood between him and his chances of becoming the youngest heavyweight champion in the world. Trevor Berbick, who happened to be Mike Tyson's opponent in the match, faced his wrath, and was knocked down in the second round of the match, declaring Mike Tyson the winner and enabling him to get the title he was yearning for.
I don't know if he's going to be able to continue. He's got the heart, but his body won't let him do what his mind wants.
Tony Tubbs. There's no shortage of vicious and brutal knockouts in Mike Tyson's boxing career, and one of those includes his fight against Tony Tubbs in 1998. Mike Tyson was riding high in his career, and Tony Tubbs seemed to be giving Mike Tyson some competition, while defending himself at the same time. However, no one can really defeat Mike Tyson, and within the second round, Tony Tubbs had fallen to the canvas, with little to no hope of getting back up, and thus declaring Mike Tyson as the winner of the match. Well, Mike Tyson doesn't just win a match, he makes sure he gives his opponent a defeat that they will remember for a very long time. And that's exactly what he did in all of his matches that we've just talked about.